Hey guys, Prateek here from nextthinkers.com, and it's good to be finally back. While some of you might know that I attended the OnePlus 5 launch, and let me tell you, it was some experience. So today what you see in front of you is the reviewer's edition unboxing of the brand new OnePlus 5. This is an Indian unit, but your unboxing experience might differ a bit. Only strike those extra cases. So sit back, relax and enjoy. Alright, so opening this giant box, you can see that there are two compartments, one of which has the OnePlus 5 box and the other has 4 extra cases. Also, there is that never settle tag. Looks pretty subtle, huh? Anyways, let's get the OnePlus 5 box out of the flesh and let's keep it aside for a moment. Because I'm mostly excited about those premium cases. Yeah, I said premium since it comes for a price. So there are a total of 4 of these cases present inside this limited edition box. So the first one in my box is the rosewood case. Second is the ebony wood case. By the way, both of these are made from real wood material, as described on the OnePlus website. Alright, number 3 is the carbon case, which is actually made from Kevlar, which is eventually the same material used in bulletproof armors. Though there's an interesting fact about these 3 cases, we'll soon discuss about it. Anyways, the last one is the old school standard case, which is the sandstone case, the material from where the journey of the OnePlus began. So now that we are through with the cases, let's keep them aside for a moment. So that after unboxing the OnePlus 5, I could try all of these cases on the device. Each of these cases are available for Rs 990 each on OnePlus Store, and I'll drop a link to them separately in the description alongside the conversion rates for the different regions. Alright, so now that we are through with the cases, let's jump right onto the unboxing of the brand new OnePlus 5. On the front itself, you can see the number 5 has been embossed. While on the sides, OnePlus targets its newest feature, the dual camera setup, mocking the top tier competition. Also, on a keen note, my unit is a midnight black variant, which means it has 128 GB of internal storage and 8 GB of RAM on board, just like a creamy layer whipped on that ice cream. Also, on a side note, you can find the SAR information here. So without wasting much time, let's unbox the box, peeling off the plastic. Off the plastic it goes. Just give some gentle taps on the box and slightly lift the top. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the brand new OnePlus 5. There's a plastic lid available to pick it up from its throne as it just pops up. As of now, let's keep the phone aside and let's find out what's inside the box. The first thing in the box is the SIM ejector tool along with some paperwork. Firstly, there is a quick start guide, followed by safety information manual, and lastly some brand stickers. Also, here is an extended look over the SIM removable tool. Alright, next inside the box is a photo clicked by a user with a OnePlus device, not sure which one though. Though on the flip side, you could find a note by Carl Pei, one of the co-founders of the company. He explains on the fact of how they plan to succeed with the new OnePlus 5 by unveiling an online platform for photo enthusiasts, which is shoton.oneplus.net. I'll leave a link to this in the description. While here's how the photo looks in the proper lighting conditions. On the account of which, the second last thing inside the box is the dash charger. Hands down, the fastest mobile charger in the world. I've personally tested it before and will let you guys know what is the charging speeds of the OnePlus 5 later in the review. Speaking of which, the output is described as 5 volts, which equals to 4 amps. Whereas lastly, we have got the USB Type-C to Type-A charging and data syncing cable. It feels pretty sturdy and rigid. Getting all of that out of the way, let's boot up the main showstopper, the all-new OnePlus 5. First thing which I noticed was that the boot up time was significantly fast. It merely got started under 15 seconds. Immediately, it even received a software update, which you can see focuses majorly on camera. So what are my initial impressions about this device? Let's find out point by point. First of all, let's know its specifications. So it has got a Snapdragon 835 octa-core processor, Adreno 540 GPU, 6 GB of RAM with 64 GB internal storage, 8 GB of RAM with 128 GB of internal storage, The primary cameras are made of dual lens setup. The first sensor is a 16 megapixel sensor with f1.7 aperture, and the secondary sensor is a 20 megapixel sensor with f2.7 aperture. Both of these are Sony sensors, and these support EIS 3.0. The front camera is a 16 megapixel shooter with f2.0 aperture, and it also supports EIS. Speaking about the display, it has a 5.5-inch Full HD AMOLED panel. It also has 3300 mAh non-removable battery, Bluetooth 5.0, and yes, NFC, while Wi-Fi supports 2x MIMO antennas. The OnePlus 5 runs on Oxygen OS 4.5.1 based on Android Nougat 7.1.1, while the OnePlus 5 comes in two colors, Midnight Black and Slate Grey. Having a physical overview of the device, on the back you can see a dual camera lens setup which consists of primary 16 megapixel lens with f1.7 aperture, which is a Sony IMX398 sensor, and a 20 megapixel f2.7 telephoto lens with Sony IMX350 sensor. There is also a dual LED flash besides the dual lens setup. On the top you can find the antenna reception cutouts, which is very reminiscent of the iPhone design. In the center lies the company logo, while the same cutouts are found on the bottom. Almost seems as if OnePlus hops on board with its sibling companies, though by keeping their own standard. Coming onto the front, you can see a pre-applied screen guard. I feel like this should be standard on all smartphones, at least in 2017. So props for this one, OnePlus. On the top, you can see the front camera, which is a 16 megapixel sensor, besides the earpiece and proximity sensor. Whereas below is that gorgeous 5.5-inch display, which is a 1080p HD AMOLED panel having 441 ppi. The front is also where the fingerprint sensor lies. Speaking of which, it is damn accurate and super snappy. Almost wakes up the device instantaneously. Here's a little demo of the same. On the bottom you will find single stereo speaker, which gets pretty loud. You will also find the USB Type-C connector, as a matter of fact, even a headphone jack. Yes, in a thin profile like this. On the right edge, you will find the sleep-wake key besides the dual SIM tray, which accepts nano SIMs, and here's how it looks. There's nothing on the top, whereas on the left you will find the signature alert key slider followed by the volume rockers, both of which provide a tactile feedback. In my opinion, the OnePlus 5 is built like a tank. Not sure how it would evolve in the near future. Also, here's how every other case looks on the OnePlus 5. Speaking of which, only the sandstone case seems to be made by OnePlus, while the rest are made in collaboration with a company called Evotech. The cases do a fantastic job of covering up the camera lens bulge, which is great. While the internet was rattled with how the OnePlus 5 looks closely similar to iPhone 7 Plus, I felt the same. But when I actually saw the device for the first time in person, I completely had different thoughts. It most likely feels like in Galaxy S8. The sleek build and rounded edges make that happen. Though it is not slippery as Galaxy S8, since it is a giant slab of anodized aluminum. On the back you can also find the imprinted OnePlus 5 logo shines. The device is available in two colors, the Slate Grey and Midnight Black. Midnight Black means the 8GB RAM variant, while the Slate Grey is the 6GB RAM variant. The display being a 5.5-inch Full HD AMOLED panel is quite immersive. I enjoyed watching YouTube videos on the same within my initial use of 24 hours. I think the immersion factor is most likely due to less or almost no bezels, due to the 2.5D curved edges. Upon firing the camera app, you can see the 1x to 2x switch almost instantaneously, which is the same as seen on the iPhone 7 Plus. The photos came out pretty good, at least it's an improvement over the OnePlus 3T. Though I'll reserve my judgment for my final review. The portrait mode seems undercooked, and OnePlus might soon release an update to patch the same, since there are weird artifacts at the edges of the subject. Though the Pro mode is an absolute beast. I'll drop few camera samples here, some compared with the Google Pixel. The only thing which worries me is the camera bulge, but that can be easily fixed by an added case. But in turn, it sacrifices the user experience. why would you buy a phone and slap a case immediately? It runs on Oxygen OS 4.5.1 based on Android Nougat 7.1.1. Speaking of Oxygen OS, this is the most close you can get to stock Android. Overall user interface feels smooth and there are a few added tweaks, such as a left swipe on the home screen lets you hop onto the updated shelf, which for the first time provides access to recent apps, widgets, weather info and quick memos. 3-finger swipe down on any screen takes a screenshot, and longer screenshots are also a nice addition. Whereas if you swipe down anywhere in the home screen, it pulls down the notification shade, though it doesn't work across the OS, as it works on Pixel smartphones with a swipe down on the fingerprint scanner. Speaking of which, does the comparison between Google Pixel and OnePlus 5 excites you? Should I make a video about it? Let me know in the comments below. The pricing for the 6GB RAM variant is Rs 32,999 INR, while for the 8GB RAM variant is Rs 37,999 INR. Are you planning to get one? If yes, why? Do you have any thoughts which you would like to share in the comments below? I'd be excited to hear. Do use my links if you're planning to buy one, it'll help out the channel. Whereas smash that like button if you enjoyed watching the video and toss that subscribe button so that you will be the first to know when the review goes live. Remember, like, share and subscribe so that I will see you in the next video.